Is it a bomb highlight or am I sweating gold? We'll never know. Hey beauties! Welcome to the first episode of a series that I've been wanting to start for forever called The Beauty of Science. In this show, we'll dive into makeup while entertaining ourselves with a bit of science and random facts that'll come in handy for your next drunken trivia night. Now let's get started. Now, let me first preface this video by stating that I am not a dermatologist, esthetician, cosmetologist, general practitioner, or your skin. But how much do we really know about our skin? I mean, it's considered the largest organ on our bodies, and it's our first defense against pathogens and environmental irritants, but it's time to go beneath the surface. Our skin, a part of the integumentary organ system, is made up of three distinct layers. One, we have the hypodermis, which is the deepest layer consisting mostly of subcutaneous fat and blood vessels. We'll consider this the foundation of our skin. Two is the dermis, which is characterized by supportive connective tissues, our hair follicles, sweat glands, sensory nerves, and lymph vessels. And three is the epidermis, which is the superficial most layer of the skin that provides the waterproof barrier that protects us as well as gives us the complexion that we see. Overall, you can think of the hypodermis as our insulator, the dermis as the supportive framework of the skin, and the epidermis as the final seal that can sometimes be aesthetically pleasing, something like shellac. In terms of keeping that outer layer beautiful, then, we pretty much have to follow basic steps to minimize stress to the skin and maximize hydration within it. After all, healthy skin is made up of about 64% water. This means, of course, drinking the appropriate amounts of water daily, as well as using moisturizers after cleansing your skin. Additionally, avoiding tobacco products and alcohol can help preserve the precious water content of your skin. As far as minimizing skin stressors, this can include mechanical stressors such as abrasive textures, excess rubbing of the skin, environmental pollutants, and our beloved sunbathing. But before I get into that further, let's discuss how exactly we achieve that summer glow. Remember that lovely epidermis we mentioned? Well, it's far more complex than we'll get into today, but I want to point out some key layers and cell types that play into our summer skin. The outermost layer of our epidermis, the part we can touch, is called the stratum corneum and consists of keratinized scales that protect the cells beneath it and shed constantly. This layer is colorless, so the pigment that we see is derived from the work of cells beneath it. So this brings us to the basal cell layer of the epidermis, or the deepest of the four layers. Here lie the melanocytes, which are specialized cells capable of producing melanin granules and pushing them up to be taken up by other skin cells. Interestingly, the number of melanocytes between fair-skinned and deep-skinned people are pretty much similar, but the latter have melanocytes that are much more active. This is typically due to a combination of genetic predispositions and sun exposure. What this essentially means is, no matter how much we might enjoy a day out in the sun, we each have our own threshold of sun exposure under which we can produce more melanin granules to tan, after which we become more susceptible to burning. This varies between all of us, and it is important to avoid reaching this point so that you can keep your skin healthy for as long as possible. While we can benefit from some level of sun exposure for our health, for instance, the sun's UVB rays are taken up by cells in the body and catalyze the production of vitamin D from 7-dehydrocholesterol or 7-DHC. Excess uptake of UV rays can actually lead to the degradation of vitamin D within the body, as well as other risks such as increasing the rate of photoaging, immune system suppression, eye damage, and sunburn. So, what is a sunburn? Clinically, it is described as inflammation of the skin caused by overexposure to ultraviolet radiation. The symptoms can include redness, itching, tenderness, swelling, and in severe cases, headache, fever, and nausea accompanied by blistering. Of course, you want to seek medical attention if you experience some of the severe symptoms of sunburn, but it's best to avoid it altogether by minimizing your direct exposure to UV rays by using clothing, shade, and sunscreen. The American Academy of Dermatology recommends using broad spectrum sunscreen of SPF 30 or higher, so make sure you layer up on those products before stepping out. Overall, understanding a bit about the physiology of your skin can give you the keys to achieving that summer glow year-round. I'm looking forward to seeing how you wear that glow. Until next time, let's take a moment to enjoy the beauty of science. Alright everyone, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this first episode of The Beauty of Science. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and if you have recommendations for future topics you want me to cover, just leave those right down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!